Hey, Shalom, Yeshua. When the stuff souls but giving no praise to Yahweh, Shem, Yahshua, Shem, Kakadash, that belongs to the apostles of GMS and honesty, brothers doing the work in truth. Wow, sincerity. This is a quick one. I'm just, just gonna go into this real quick. It says regarding, vocab, no class, Hoas, Malone, right? And that is, I've actually met a lot of German Israelites from the land of Germany, but vocab, you ain't one of them, man. Right? And you get these people, these other Israelites, they'd be like, what you call it? They'd be like, oh, you guys want everyone to be an Israelite. No, you don't understand. This thing is a thing of the spirit, man. Right? We don't look at everyone and just say, oh, you're from this place. That means you're an Israelite. Friends, we say, look, the Irish are Israelites, but I've met Irish Edomites, man. Well, you try banner with the guy, you try the guy's spirit, you're like, nah, this guy's a devil, man. Right? You're like, nah, I don't like this man's spirit. This ain't the spirit of an Israelite, right? Now, it's Romans 8:16 says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, right? So when you're around another Israelite, some of the things that happen, you chop it off. You can kind of flow with each other, right? Which is why we say the vocab ain't an Israelite, man. One, he don't understand, right? And he ain't trying to understand, right? Now, ultimately, I'll put it to you like this: we're more than confident, right? He's a heathen, right? But Lord is out there, because I see you got Israelites scattered everywhere, right? Which is why ultimately the Lord is the one that's going to be doing the separating, the angels, right? Because ultimately we don't know, right? But from the evidence that we have, right? You're an Edomite, man, and you go into slavery, right? And you going what do you call it? And you gonna be punished, man. Right, like I said, I've come across several Israelites, because that's the thing, you're living in England, London, right? And London's a bit of a melting pot, and a bit, that's an understatement. But London's a melting pot, and in what 25 square miles? I don't know about square miles, but in 25-mile radius, roughly, you've got a 25-mile diameter. I don't know what the word, but the M25, if you look it up, on a map, it's basically London. In that region, right, you got 10 million people living there, right? And these are 10 million people from mainland Europe, from Latin America, from Africa, from the Caribbean, right? Even from England, right, Ireland. Then you got further afield, you got some from Pakistan and Bangladesh, right? And then now a lot of friends, if you're around the central, right, you got a lot of Arabs, and you've got a lot of Moabites, man, right? Moab and Ammon and all of that, right? And you're all mixed in this tight space. So you get to experience different people from different parts of the world, right? And like I say, because London's so small, you go to school with people from, like for instance, I went to school with, Ghanaians, Nigerians, right? Uganda, right? The Caribbean, Poland, right? Lithuania, for instance, Lithuanians, right? They like their basketball, man. And some of them are good, man. Well, a number of them are quite good at that basketball, man. That's rather, let me rephrase that. I've met a number of good Lithuanian, or I've seen a number of good Lithuanian basketballers, man. Right? The Albanians, they just niggas, man. Right? And Romanians, they fall under the same ilk. Right? But because you're around them, like you're like, okay, shit, yeah, this is an Israelite, man. Right? However, when you look at a guy like Voka, you're like, I don't know about this guy, man. Right? And that's why it says here, the Spirit beareth witness with our spirit that we're the children of the Most High. Right? Because you don't get that click. You might be, like I said, you see another J, you get that click. Right? It says, Matthew 13:24 says, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. Now, tares and wheat, they kind of look similar, right? It says, and went his way. It says, but the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, and then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou not sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? Right? It says, he said unto them, an enemy hath done this. Right, the servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? Right, it's tares and wheat. It's really like Israelites, or rather people that look like Israelites, right? That are actually heathens. Now you look at the time of slavery, what you had Esau fucking some of the Jake women and that, right, giving them seed. Right? Now, if they that would you call that quote unquote, as people were saying this, or mixed race child, then would you call it slept with another so-called black woman, right? Over a period of time, it will look dark skinned, right? And then you be like, nah, actually, this is a what you call it? This is an Edomite. This is a heathen, right? But you gotta understand is sorry, let me rephrase it. After a period of time, if you're just looking at a guy for being quote unquote black, right? You just be thinking us as an Israelite, but really their forefathers is an Edomite, man. You case in point, you got what do you call you got Bob Marley, right? His so-called what do you call his forefather is a so-called white man, but really, right? And this is the power of the Lord, because I'll be honest, when I first came into the truth and I found out Bob Marley's father was a great grandfather was a so-called white man, I mean Bob Marley's an Edomite, but no, right? That's stupid. Right, so that's a stupid statement. That's something so fucking stupid. Why? Because Bob Marley is, he inspired a generation with his music, man. Right, his music knows, crossed boundaries. Right, you speak to Edomites. You mention Bob Marley. Right, they'll start, yeah, even if it's just one love, then everyone knows Bob Marley. He's a great, talented musician. And when you start getting an understanding of the Israelites, you understand that really we're the salt of the earth, right? Therefore, when you got guys, certain individuals doing certain things, right? You actually realize, look, man, you got Israelites all over the world, right? Israelites will look like any which way. Right now, going back to Germany, when you look at Germany, Germany won the World Cup. In fact, the greatest football team of a generation was Brazil, right? And in the Brazil World Cup, Germany beat Brazil, was it 7-2 in their own World Cup, right? Now, you telling me, a bunch of Edomites are going to beat one of the greatest footballing nations on the face of the planet Earth? No. And not just beat them, demolish them, right? Right, so I'll go back. So this is verse 28. It says, he said unto them, an enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? Right, so basically, like I said, in this example, should we go around, just slaying guys we think are tares? So Israelites are the people that look like Israelites, but they eat really, heathen, right? So, but he said, nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Right. It says, let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Right. Now, it's when the angels come, the angels are going to be doing the sifting. Right. Scriptures also talk about separate the sheep from the goats. Right. Because ultimately we don't know, but we can be, sure on something, but the final definitive answer, the Lord knows. Right? The Spirit has it whereby I work around certain individuals, and one of them that I'm thinking about, the first time I met him, I was like, he's just fucking devil, isn't he? This guy's an Edomite, right? But come to find out, I was like, this was when at the interview, right? But then after a period of time, I actually started, spending more time around him, the job and that. And I was like, actually, you know what? This guy's a J, man. Right, guy was witty. Right, he's got a character and all of that. Right? And I was like, actually, no, this guy's actually a J, man. Right? And the things, you look at this guy will look like a straight up Edomite, man. Is another guy, for when I first got there, I was like, this guy's a straight up J. Right? But then it came a period of time, I was like, actually, I ain't too sure about this guy. Why? Because he did certain Edomitish things. Right, because ultimately, if you're an Israelite, you think you see, straight up black Jake that do this, right? They're black Jake, but they grew up in an area where they were the only Jake. And what do? They do Edomite things, man. They act like an Edomite, right? But what are they? They're Jakes, right? So that's why ultimately, look, we said we can be confident that vocab's an Edomite, but ultimately we don't know. But the evidence suggests that you are an Edomite, man, despite the fact that the Lord has put, a multitude of Israelites in Germany, right? Because Israel ultimately is the as the sand of the sea, as it says in Hosea 1:10. It's 1 John 4. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Right now, hey, and Volker, he's one of them. He's a false prophet, man. Right, one of the things he's trying to do, he's trying to make it seem like he's one of the children of the Most High, which, like I said, evidence suggests that he is not. Right, which is why we try the spirit. You see it, what's man on? Right now, really, you get guys that will have the whole Israel thing in their title, but then you really see, okay, what man, where's his head at? Okay, what's the name of the Lord? Okay, what about reincarnation? Okay, what about this? What about that? Just to see whether the guy is actually down, quote unquote, down with the cause or not, right? Whether his spirit is of the Most High or whether it's not. Right, so that's the thing we do. We don't just say, the guy said, Shalom, therefore he's an Israelite. We don't just say, God's from somewhere, therefore he's an Israelite. That's not what we do, man. It's things all spiritual, right? Right, but then, a natural man cannot receive the things of the Spirit. Right, it says Ephesians 5:15, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Right. Now, circumspect needs to get into that word. Circumspect, diligently, perfectly, exactly, accurately, diligently, right? So we gotta, we're diligent, man. Like I said, we ain't just gonna, see a guy from Sicily, right, come up to the camp, and then, immediately we're gonna be, we might say, hey, we had a lot of Israelites in Sicily. You might actually be an Israelite, right? But if he's up there for a period of time and he starts speaking like an Edomite, then we gonna be, constantly analyzing this guy diligently and be like, you know what, this guy's actually got the spirit of an Edomite in him, right? Because you got Habakkuk 2:3 says his spirit is not upright in him, man. Right, so Edomite will do and say certain things, man. Right, he speaks a certain way, right? Scriptures tell you about the natures of Edomites. One of them ones is, he's a slanderer. Right, and I remember there was one guy, he came up to the camp, right? He's always trying to do, play the game or whatever. But then he started slandering, man, a French devil. And I was like, man, that's proof you're an Edomite, man. Right? It says Isaiah 11:11 says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. Right, this is basically going into the fact that you have Israel scattered all over the world. And once again, Israel is the is as the sand of the sea. Right, so you got Israelites everywhere, man. You tell me, of the billion or so Chinese and a billion or so Elamites, so-called Indians and so-called Chinese, that I think both populations are a billion each. You're telling me among those 2 billion there ain't a single Jake? You're taking a piss, man. Right? You got a lot of Jake everywhere. Some are just more into the heathen customs, so you may not, you may not be able to tell it straight away, right? Like I was saying, for instance, a great marker of the Israelites, whether they can dance and they got rhythm, right? But so then, you might see someone who may not be a great dancer, you just immediately think, no, it's a heathen, right? But then when you see them on the football pitch, they're cold, right? You ain't, let's say this, I don't know about if Cristiano Ronaldo can dance or not, but let's say he can't dance. Does that suddenly, and that's why this thing is so spiritual, right? Because you get certain people that are into different things, right? But yeah, if a guy can dance, he's got mood, then straight up, he's an Israelite, man. And that's why the apostles used that as an example. Just like how if a guy's like, the greatest at what he does, then that guy's an Israelite, man. Right? Because the Lord ain't gonna make a heathen so great, man. Right? But I believe that's all I got. So until the next time, I'm gonna say Shalom. And vocab, you an Edomite, man. There's a lot of Israelites in Germany, but vocab, you ain't one of them. Shalom.